Tanzania, give me just a second, please. Okay. Uh, Here's what I'm going to do. If I don't really want to get into a bunch of BS, how are you, bro? If you're talking to me, I'm doing great. I'm doing awesome. Today's a positive day. Today's a whole different day. Here's what I'm going to do. We will. I'll talk more about it into the live because right now there's only two of you in here, four of you, three or four. Talk more into the live a little bit more. I do have something to say to everybody, but Tanzania, I want you to understand. I love you coming in here. I love you being a part of it. I really enjoyed when you come in. I was saying your name. Yes, I was saying it wrong. I apologize. I thought I was doing it right, and I was enjoying myself when I was doing it. Hello, Daryl. Rice, hello. But I do want to say this to each and every one of you, and I'll say it again when everybody gets in here. If you want to be a part of this channel, please be a part of this channel. If you're going to come in, fuss, fight, argue, bicker, back and forth, please don't. Please just, if you're going to come in and fuss, fight, and argue, please find another channel. I want you in here. Tanzania, it's not because of you from Tanzania. It's not that. There's all kinds of stuff going on with not just you, but everything else. If everybody will listen, I'm trying to do something here that's a little bit different than you'll find everywhere else. I'm not going to keep coming in here arguing, getting pissed off every single day. I'm not doing it. I don't care who it is. There is things going on. I will address it as we're going in. I'm getting behind. I'm going to catch up, but I'm not going to keep. I'm going to keep positive vibes. If you want positive vibes, stay in. If you don't, please leave. All right. Now, with that being said, I will address it again a little bit later when more people come in. But right now, I'm going to start up here. I've done read a couple. Carlo said hello, pops. Hello, Carlo. I am going to skip a few here and get caught up. I'm sorry. I know I've not been picking on you, Tanzania. So, but like I said, that's there. Well, Daryl says tap tap. Hello, Daryl. Is that Rice? Hello, 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 hello. You say it right. Okay, okay. Well, I was putting a D in it, but it doesn't matter. It's all good. I will get it right. I enjoy saying it just like I did John Deere Model B. He changed it. I don't use that no more. So I enjoy saying it, and I'm glad you're coming in. Anyway, GW said, free South Park Mexican. I did free them, and I'm going to tell y'all something. They come out and they sing the sun and went right back in the basement. They said it was too cold. Lamp says, I don't want to be a part of your channel. Okay, please. Look, this thing's got a wheel. Skip somebody else. It's awesome. Tanzania said the other guys was saying otherwise. I don't like to argue. All right, then drop it. That's what I'm trying to say right here. You keep on after I have said that's it. I don't want to argue about it. We're going to go on with it. Daryl said 100%. Big Boy said, what's up, Mike? Scott says, what's up, brother? Hello, Scott. 9653 said, what's there on war in Ireland? I do not know. I don't. Daryl says, it don't matter if you don't respond. It will end. Exactly. You're right, Daryl. And that's what I'm going to do. If you want to talk, I'll talk. If you're going to keep on, I'm just going to skip the thing. I want everybody to be a part of it, but it's going to be a positive vibe or people can leave. Metal says, big. W4D says, damn, bro, you look more American than the American flag. Well, thank you. Ghost Rider said, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Thank y'all. 24/7, what do you call it in Irish? I do not know. 4718 says, yeah, that's crazy. Roger said, well, I'm going to have to change that over to translate to English, I believe. Are you drunk? Nope, don't drink. Let's see. Maximum says, the most American man ever. Ashman says, but you really want to. I'm not reading all that stupid stuff. Let's see. Jay says, horse eggs. Yep, horse eggs. 9515 said done. 100,000 bits. Lad says hi. San Diego says hi. Mayan says, somewhere I can see you. Can you not see me? Let's see. Jules sent a thumbs up for 10 Jules. Let's see. I'll get everything going in just a minute. Let's see. 3509 says 42. Everyone in the chat spam. Let's don't spam. I don't want to start deleting. Don't spam, please. Jay says you look like my uncle. He was a kitty fiddler. Okay, dokie. Whatever you say. Let's see. Daryl sent 100 for 2 Jules. Thank you. Knuckles said, hey. Gator says, hi. Hello, Gator. Source Scholars says, what is he talking about? Can you explain in German? I don't speak simple English, and I don't speak German. I'm sorry. Joe said, good evening from the enhanced island of Purdue. I hope you are doing well. I am, and I hope you are. Tandanese says, the reason I am part of this is due to the positive energy. Then you label me as a black. Again, there you go again. You keep on. That's what starts. Be a part of the positive, not part of the problem. Now, this is what I'm getting at. This is what happened yesterday. You kept on. Now, we're past it. If you want to keep talking, but don't keep bringing up everything else. That's what pisses everybody off. Now, get right back to it. Daryl says, Gator. Jay says, show me your ass. There's plenty on the other side of this screen. I don't think you need to see mine. May says, where can I see you? Denton, North Carolina. Builder says, I like big white men like you. That's you and yours. Ooga Booga said, hey, hello, Ooga Booga. Daryl said, Tanzania, stop already. That's what we're trying to say. Daryl said, enjoy, just enjoy. I am starting to lose what I consider my friends over this. And I do not have a lot of friends. I've never kept a lot of friends, but I'm building friendship through this live. And because of this Mickey Mouse crap, I'm losing people that I considered my friend. So it's not being funny to me anymore. Jay says, bet you have Mad Captain Vane's hammer on you. Nope. Jesus says, JD Vance, is that Jess? I'm sorry. Jess says, JD Vance 2028. Roger said a fat scientist weighing 570 tons charged into a boxing ring and he sits down so your neighbors explode. Okay. Stroke says, lol. Jess says, JD Vance, we're going to have another repeater here. Jay says, show me your chocolate for starving. JBP. Let me find myself again. JBP, so I bet there's a hole in the center of that. Nope, it's about all gone. Borham says, hi, bro. Photographer says, hey. Stroke says, Julian, I don't know how to pronounce that, 2080. Broham says, God bless you. Tananese says, you get lost reading comments. Then when you see my name, you lose it, Randy and Randy Jr. It's overreacting sometimes. I feel sorry, but I speak honest, Randy. Not yet. Nobody apologized to me for blocking. You're not going to get an apology. Jay, let's see. Tanzania says, okay. Bro says, I love you. Let's see. Explorer says, are you doctor, sir? Nope. The travel says, why are Americans so dumb, bro? In Europe, they have 5 times more knowledge. Why? Everybody's dumb in a certain way, and everybody's smart in a certain way. Remember, everybody's not the same. Broham's got a heart. Let's see. John says, speak on wise one. Thou, what wisdom do you have for us today? Make yourself happy. stay with positive vibes and quit letting everybody drag you down. Stroke says, what's this channel about? Well, it's normally about positive vibes in our everyday life. It seems to be taking a hard turn, and that I'm not really liking about it. Let's see.
Good morning.
Good morning. I've just these people have come in and out of this deletion, and it's I've lost my spot, and I've got to come in because it took off. All right, let's. I just read that one. I'm way behind, so I'm gonna skip these stupid ones. John said, "Speak on Wise One." I just read that too. I think just channel about. I just read that one. E5Z, greetings and blessings from Ireland. Do not drink my drink.
I'll put it in there for you. If you're trying to catch up, I'll be nice to you.
Let's see. Maria says, Dr. Randy, hello, Maria. Carl says, eat more whale blubber. Stroke says, what's it like 2300 over there? Time here is 6:11, which is 18:11. Let's see. Alex says, hey, friend, hello. So I'm having to go through all this mess because y'all were talking stupid shit, and I can't seem to find where I'm at. Maria says, it's okay. We're your friends. We all here, friends here. It's what I'd like to think, Maria. I really would. Ooga Booga says, we're doing great, man. Ignore the stupid idiots. I'm trying. I really am. Mike says, you need a haircut, sir. I know. You're right. Daryl says, I'm not going anywhere. You just stuck with me. That's good, Daryl, because I'm starting to question a lot of things, to be honest, but I'm not questioning. Anyway, I'm glad to have you aboard, Daryl. I really am. Billard says, when face reveal. I don't know. All right, Tanzania says, I wish you all the best, people from all over the world. Hello from Tanzania, East Africa. Mog says, let's see, Sham says, please continue your live every day. My brother used to do live like this every day. One day he got so much hate and he suicide. I love him so much. He has a baby for me. I do not plan on doing that. I've got aggravated and I've had this on my mind all day, and I'm tired of doing it like this. So we are going to try to have a good time, or there'll be people deleted and hid from the channel, because I'm not going to continue to do it. We're going to come in and have a good time, and I'm about tired of talking about it. Stroke said, laughing. Lol. Maria said, there's a lot of trolls. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't need them, Maria, and I'm wanting to try to get more people in here, but if the trolls keep on, I'm going to have to change the way I do it. And I've got the channel moving a little bit. I'd kind of like to keep it moving, but it's going to get to the point where I'm going to have to do something different. 19 Tote says, Mexico or USA? Why do I have to choose? I'm in USA. Can't we love everybody? Mexico will rule America. Oh, whatever. See, I moved just a little bit and it takes off. Gator says, hi, Mike. Sorry, hi, Mike. Amy says, hi. Hello, Amy. Daryl said, agree. Maria, records, did you take the vaccine? No. Cooper says, hi. Ooga Booga said, what's for dinner? I don't know. I probably have a frozen dinner, to be honest with you, tonight. That's all I'll have tonight. Probably. I do have a sandwich left over from lunch. I may eat it. Cooper says, hi. Jane says, hi. Hey, all. Hello, Jane. Gator says, I don't want to know what drama I missed. You missed some, and it's been like this last couple of days. So hang with us. We'll fix it. Madison said, hi. Hello, Madison. 8492 said, good morning, Frank. Hey, how you doing? Not many people call me Frank. It's funny you say that. Maria said, Justin, I just made a funny pic for you. I'll tell him when he comes back. Madison said, hey, Jane. Daryl said, this channel's beginning with continue to be about positive vibes, no politics or religion. Yes, please. Daryl says, Maddie. Move this just a little bit, see if I can get it without it. All right, Maddie Chicken says, hey, boss, you remember me? It's Joe. Hello, Joe. Maddie said, hey, Daryl. 2917 said Hillary Clinton smashed her pass. Daryl says, hi, Justin. 8492 said Frank cracked the cold one. It was a Pepsi. Daryl says, smash the like and subscribe. Andrew says, I'll bang Hillary. Go for it, buddy. 80, you better make her happy or she'll get you killed. 8492 said he gave the dad look to him. S5S says, Bodie. Mr. Shamu says, where are you from, sir? Denton, North Carolina. Rafi says, I won't oil you up, sexy bald man. No, thank you. Oliver says, do you remember me from yesterday? I'm sorry, I do not. I had a lot going on. I apologize. Keyword block can cut a lot of it down. Randy R3 set that up pretty easily. All right, I'll tell him and we'll figure it out. Give Up Records got a heart with hands. Big NDP projects. Woo! Give Records said good job. Daryl said Vic. Jane says, hey, Vic. Madison said, hey, Vic, I might be just about caught up. Oh, I thought it was. See, Daryl said, Jane, let's see, Big Daryl, Jane, Big Gator said, hi, Jane, how are you? Jane said, cold, snowing up here. Maria said, I was working on a new video. Awesome. 8492 said, Frank is typical American name. Would like to move to U.S. one day. Bye, y'all don't want descent white folk here. They're hard. Okay. Another Adams said, handsome old fella. Thank you. Jane said, hi, Maria. Chicken said, how can I get my parents back together? Let them make their own decisions. Big says, I've said hello. Stay safe, everyone. Hello, Big. Stay safe. Thanks for stopping in. Daryl said, hi, Jane. Carlos said, hello, Jane. Maddie said, I wish it was snowing here. No, thank you. Tanzania says, guys, please like, share, comment, subscribe. Randy is a good guy. Thank you. GG says, where you work? I work for the railroad. I'm a track inspector. Gator says, where you going, Big? Jane says, hello, Carlo. Let's move it just a little bit. Let's see. Hello, Carlo. Big says, no, the Deal Gator job. Mattis says, supposed to be here for there. Supposed to here or there. Daryl, question mark. I think they calling for it coming real soon here. Jane said, is it really big? Gator said, let's go fight a route together, Bick. Daryl said, both all the way to Central Georgia. Jane said, Matty, we'll send you some. No, do not, Jane. Please keep it. Daryl said, Daniel says, happy Wednesday, everyone. Matty says, oh, yay, please do, Jane. Jane says, Daryl, it's really unfair for us to say that, and Madison loves snow because she deals with the heat. She hates the heat, and we like the heat. But I don't want the snow. James says, will you smoke a fag? No, I don't smoke. Jane says, don't tell, Randall. Tinker says, I'm here for the chicken sandwich, sorry. Carlos said, what's up? He's looking at everybody. Whoop. Great says, I see bald and an eagle. Are you from U.S.? Yes. Denton, North Carolina, United States. Merkeland. Then he said, the chicken noodle soup popular in U.S.? Yes, it is. Very popular. Jane says, hi, Tinker. Will turkey sandwich do? It had to be if you're going in here. Tinker says, yes, sir. No pickles. Well, I like the pickles. Jane makes good pickles. British says, oh, my God, it's good to see you again, Yank. Yes, it is. Thank you for coming in. Maria says, from where you get the pick of the live. I go on, I do cartoon pics for Christmas, and I find them on the internet and take a picture of them and then put them up there. Where am I? I don't know what word I'm trying to look here, but there's, how about Sid? Hello, Sid says, and I don't know what that is. I know what that is. I'll say it wrong, but if the kids come up here, I'll get one of them to throw a pin in if we didn't yesterday. Madison said, Shh, Randy, let me enjoy the snow. Okay, I won't say nothing. I won't say nothing at all. Daryl said, Georgia is calling for 20 degrees with wind chill bears below zero. I heard it's coming. I heard about the 20th. It's supposed to be bad here, is what they're saying. Maria said, snow is the best thing ever. Madison, exactly. I suffer in the heat. Yes, she does, and we love it, but it's just polar opposites. Tanzania says, I worked the whole day today refurbishing the Sunseeker deck, 17 foot to 220 right now, and I'm happy to be a part of the live stream. Your positive energy is the best. Thank you. Carlos said, I smoke a fag with my pistol. Video Gamer says, I'm back. Where your boyfriend at? Don't have a boyfriend. My sons are here. They done are working. Nickel Pony said, hey, Pops, and all. Daryl said, it was so busy at the start, I forgot to put on all the messages. Maria said, your eyes don't hurt you when you read the comments for 2 hours. I think I'm needing to change these glasses, Maria, and they're not setting straight, so I'm looking crooked. So yes, if my eyes do start, I think I've bent these. See, I've bent them, and I need to straighten them, but I'm scared I'll break them. So I need to buy me some more. And but yes, they do go to hurting. Jane says, hi, Nickel. My camera's is going off again, and I don't know why it's doing that. Nickel Pony said, hey, Pops, no, I just read that. Let's see. Jane said, hi, Nickel. Kenneth says, I like your grandparents' signs. Okay. What signs my grandparents? You talking about back there? That's members channel. That's the people that's members. We got about 4 more that's got to go up. If you become a member, you get your name on the wall and one out at the road. Melon says, I don't know what that is. Like I said, Nickel Pony says, hello, Miss Jane. Hope you're good. Whatever that is, J3J, hello, welcome to the channel. Sorry, I don't understand what it is. Tanzania says, Melanese. Like I said, when the kids get up here, one of them can tell me and I'll repeat it or something. Let's see. Maria says, yes, get rid of those and buy orange glasses. If I did, you'd flip out. Tanzania said, this is a parrot whistling. Can you show us the patrol? Parrot. It's a parrot. Kenneth said, yep. Jane said, cold here, Nickel. Snow is blowing. Daryl Mattis said, it's a phone alert. Oh, okay. Oh, now I know what you're saying. I'm sorry. No, it's my phone going off, letting me know my cameras are going off in front of the building. That's what I'm saying. History. See, U.S. man's crying. What looks like a building on fire or something. Maria said, yes, I would talk bad about them every day. Nickel Pony said, what? Was a nice 68 here today, but the cold is coming, I hear. Man, I saw 57 on the thermometer today, and I thought it was awesome. I'd really like to have 68. Archie said, hi. Hello, Archie. Archie said, friend. Malin M says, Buck. How's that? I see Buck in there. TikTok Live. KMCMK. This. Every envy. It says, hi, guys. Carlos says, Tanzania. Sofa showed me video of Tanzania. It looked so beautiful. Blue waters, beaches, and beautiful Tanzanian women. I bet it is beautiful. I'd love to see it. Archie says, yo, what's good, my brother? Bowl of ice cream's good. Maria said, that's what I usually do, talk bad about Randy's orange stuff. I know, we're going to have to change that. We're going to have to change you a little bit too. We're going to have to start getting some more positive vibes, not get all this negativity out. Archie says, hi. The big one says, Tanzania women, U.S. men's waving. Maria says, you know, I used to hate orange so much in the past. Yeah, I know. Bucko's waving. Tanzania says, hi, big boys. Remind me, please, who Safa is. Yes, Tanzania is beautiful. Pretty most of tourists visit. We have lots of beautiful landscape over here and wild animals. Safa is his caretaker. She comes in and helps take care of him, if I said that right, Carlo. Archie says, can you shout out my YouTube account, please? Yeah, Archie, right there. Everybody look at his YouTube, please. Bucko's waving and thumbs up. Maria said, change me? You can't change me. We got to work on it. We got to compromise a little bit. Bucko says, at Bucko, see, Archie says, I just did. U.S. man's got a couple flags up there. It's waving again. Maria said, that's Palestine flag. Okay, cool. Carlos says, Sophie is my Sundance female friend. She is my support worker. That's what I said it wrong. I'm sorry. I said caretaker is support worker. Sorry. Archie's got a couple things going on there. Maria says, I'll be nice, but not too nice. Just be nice. That's all. Archie's got, looks like two people waving. Boy, everything quit, didn't it? Then he says, oh, good to know. Greetings to our Sundance cousins. One love. Red says, I like Sundance people. I got to figure out that one too. T39M said, do you believe in Allah? I don't know what that is. I think I know what you're talking about, but I don't know the whole story about it. So I can't say I know anything about it. Maria said, hello. Hey, that was Senator Ted Budd. Let's see. Maria said, what's that noise? You're probably hearing Randy and them back there working. Kenny says, hello. James said, his name is Randy, not Dick. Maddie said, Lord Jane. Archie says, can you put a song on like I like listening to music while on a live? I know, because knowing my luck, it'd be a song that'd be monetized, and then it would they would demonetize me. Nickel Pony said, Pops, you get any extra time off for Christmas? I get 2 days for Christmas and 2 days for New Year's. So I will only work 2 days those weeks, both of those weeks. 2 weeks in a row, I will only have to work 2 days. Carlos says, thank you, Tanzania. Creativity. So do you believe in Jesus Christ? We do not talk politics or religion in this life. Maria says, is an African. I think it's best beside Europe. Egypt, not Europe, Egypt. What the world am I looking at? Tanzania said, welcome, big boys. Hope you are doing well. Jane says, we don't talk religion or politics. 5170 I know you can't see me right now, but I'm doing the stinky leg while drinking my purple Sprite for you. Thank you, stinky leg dancer. Let's see. Carlos says, yes, Maria, it is next to Egypt. I like to see Egypt too. Archie said, hi. Jane said, Archie, play your own music. There you go. Cole says, Unc, what do you do for work? I'm a track inspector for the railroad. Tanzania says, I've been to Egypt and Kangaloo and Hungary, I believe it is. I'm probably wrong. Cole said, Christ is King, we say whatever we want. You say it whenever you want, but you please, like I said, in this live, we don't talk religion or politics because we don't want, this live's all over the world. You can say it, and if you continue, I can block you. We're not doing this. If you're new here, we're here for positivity. If you want to stay and have a good time, please do. Maria said, I like Egypt too. I wished I could visit one day. Carlos says, we speak Arabic, Maria. They speak, I'm sorry. Chair says, greetings from Italy. Hope you have a good day. Keeping me company while cooking. Awesome. Maria says, I know. T39M, what country would you like to visit? Any of them. Let's see. Sab said, Free Diddy, I did. Archie said, hi. Tanzania said, yes, they speak Arabic, but most of the younger generation all speak English. Maria said, free the tomatoes. Nope, they are in prison forever. Nick Nack says, free the tomatoes. 9153 says hello. Twice says hi. And then says, Nick Nack says hi. Nick Nack Paddywhack, give a dog a bone. 9153 said, where are you from? Denton, North Carolina, United States. Maria said, yes, the younger generations, now they all speak English good. Trevor says, hi. Hello, Trevor. James says, come on, get her. Didn't we want to talk about the upside down heart? Tanzania said, big boys, you know lots of Tanzanian guys work for Fido in the desert. Carlos said, yes, true. Tanzania, but when I know I'm saying it wrong and I cannot even pronounce it. I'm sorry. Talks to her family, she speaks Arabic. 28 thumbs up. Thank y'all. Archie's got game over. Joker says, I'm not American, but I would ask why American women such fat and ugly. It's probably because we all overeat, but the ugly part, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Just because you think somebody's ugly doesn't mean they are. Tanzania said, Maria, where are you from? Spain. She's from Iraq. T39 says, share the peanut butter with us. No, I'm stingy, man. Come over, you can have some of it, though. Gator says, Lord Jane, the amount of goofs commenting is crazy tonight. It is. Kep says, South will rise again. Maria says, poor tomatoes. I feel sorry for them. They didn't do anything bad. They about to kill me. Q Bros says, North Carolina rules. 420 little says, Sleepy Don blew the horse. James says, it was worse last night, Gator. Then he said, I've been to, he's been to several places, it sounds like. Archie says, I'll be right back. I'm going to different lives. All right, thank you for stopping in, Archie. Carlos says, yes, I know. Tanzania partner works for FIFO. Tanzania said, yes. Sundan speaks Arabic and their native languages too. James said, what is FIFO? He said, I speak Arabic too. Tanzania says, FIFO is amazing. I am trying to get to Australia for 1 year only. With that money, I can refund there as a millionaire. Return here as a millionaire. Sorry. Tanzania said, sorta. Carlos says, Soviet is North Sundensian and it's from the Newbin Drive. I wished I could talk knew a little bit better about it. I should have listened more in school. Tanzania said, but someone to sponsor me to acquire the visa. Green Palm says, gay guy. All right, everybody, there's another Green Palms coming out of the closet. Dang. Why do they come in here to come out the closet? Tanzania says, now they're pretty dark and tall people, glowing skin. T39 says, what do you think of CVT transmissions? I don't know much about them. I mean, Randy can tell you more about them, but I don't know much about the different transmissions. Q Bro said the eagle looks powerful. Thank you. 716 says, where you learn that? What am I learning? 960 says, hello from Russia. Hello, Russia. Gator says, hello, Mary. Where are you from? Carlos says, yes, you'll live like a king, Tanzania. Jane says, welcome, Russia. Maria says, are you using Google Translate? It's whatever's on here. I let it translate it, and it's translating it. Gator's laughing. Function says, hi. Van says, wave and a heart. Carlos said, yes, Safa is a very beautiful young woman in Tanzania. Whew, got caught up. They didn't have to fight, Jane and Daryl didn't have to delete about 38 people. It's hard for everybody to enjoy when people trying to be stupid. Maria says, why don't you let one hair grow up? No. Van says, any locals? We got people everywhere. I mean, there's people in here from local, but we got people all over. We got a world map. And when people come in and tell us where they're from, we put them on the world map. Maria said, how old is Safa? Tanzania says, I already do. Big boys, the money is nothing. What we have here is like what people in U.S. see on TV. Palms, white sand, blue beaches, and happy souls. Money is the root of all evil. We don't chase money. That is awesome. I don't, the dollar bill don't mean that much to me. I mean, yeah, it makes the world go around, but I'd much rather be happy without it. Yeah, and you're right. Money is the root of all evil. Jane says, Lord Gator was helping. 716 says, hello USA from KSA. Hello. Tanzania says, we attract positive energy from the sun. Money comes and goes. Energy is flowing all the time. Keep your energy high, everybody. Yes. 960 said, KSA, what is that? Diamond says, I don't know what that is. It says, I own a business in Ohio. My business partner decided last week that we to remove any name from the LLC. Function locked me out of all my bank accounts and ran with every penny I have made for 2 years. That's a shame. Maria says, Sophia's Arabic means sincerity and purity. Carlos said, yes, that's true. Tanzania. 9780 says, can you dance, my man? I wish I can. I'm wanting to learn. Maria said I'd look stupid dancing for me not to learn it. Maria says, how about two hair? No. Tanzania said, thanks. I know I speak facts. One love people. Jane says, welcome. It feels like a frozen tundra in here. Oh, wait a minute. I'll check that out in just a second. Maria says, don't ask him to dance. I don't want more nightmares. Diamond says, you never heard of. No, I'm sure I have once somebody says the name, but like I said, my Googles are down there working. Carlos says, Safa is 23. Maria she is studying nursing. 716 says, I don't know what you're saying, Mary, but it's like us, okay? Let's see, 960 said, what state do you live in? North Carolina. Diamond said, thanks, Jane. Maria says, how about 3? No. Then he says, Sophia is a great soul. Big boys. Mickey's got, I don't know what it is. Is that eggs? Jane said, isn't the Grinch that has one hair? I think so. Diamond said, it's on the bottom of your map, just below the ice wall, bro. Okay. We will put a pin in there, though. I will get the, when Randy and them gets up here, I'll get them to look it up. Hart says, hey, hello. T39 says, you have a third of gold, Dunk. I would get dehydrated from continuous speak if I was you. I do keep my Pepsi close, but it's more mind-boggling to me trying to get over this mess where people trying to talk stupid. I wish that they would everybody come in and I don't mind the reading. I'm not good at it, but I don't mind it if people just act right. 4NX says hello from Bang. Mike said hello, Randy. Hello, Mike. I just got your text. I haven't been able a chance to read it yet. 716 says, are you Muslim? No. Maria says, I'll continue till 100 today. Oh, Lord, Maria. Jane says, hi, Mike. Daryl says, Mike. Maria says, how about 4? Van says, I have a U.S. flag hanging in my room. I ordered it from Wildberries. I want to come to visit you in the future, but it's not that easy. I bet not. Where'd you say you were from? John says, hello, I'm from Saudi Arabia, and my greetings to you all to America. Welcome, John. Mike said, hi, Jane and Daryl. Matt said, hey, Mike. Diamond says, you're not on, are we not on that the map? Let's find. I don't think they moved it. I'm not gonna get up and find it. I'll get too far back on the chat. But once the kids come up here, I'll get them to. If you're still in here, I'll get them to look it up. Jane said, "Welcome, Saudi Arabia." Mike says, "Hi, Madison. Tennessee. Anybody can do. Anybody came to buy my lands, Tennessee. How did you enjoy Mother Nature?" Maria says, "You don't normally when I brush my hair every day, I lose 100 to 150, and it's completely normal." Yeah, but you got a head full of hair. Lion says, "Open your heart to Jesus." Jane says, "Welcome, Bang." I know what it is. I just, for some reason, I'm drawing a blank tonight. Got my mind elsewhere, I think. John says, hi. Mike says, I sent a text with a picture and had to send a video by email. Okay, I will check it out. Carlos said, Tanzania. So I will speak to Eric, but she is a Christian. Tanzania said, Maria, are you, I don't know what it is. I have a guy from who I got to know when he was renting another boat. Maria said, I'm so sleepy. Maria said, no, she's not. Let's see. Maria says, people live in the north. Van says, do you know Mr. Beast? I don't. He lives in North Carolina. I don't know him. I've heard the name, but I don't know him. Tennessee said, yes, big boys, Arabic is the language only. Doesn't mean if anyone speaks Arabic, they read Muslim by force. Respect everybody. Mr. 4262, so what's wrong with being crooked? Nothing. There ain't nothing wrong with it. Not that I know of. I don't even know what it is. Carlos says, be right back, going to smoke. All right, Daryl, be careful. Muhammad said, waving, hello. And then he says, hi. Then he said, yes, Northern Iraq, very good people and hard working. John said, you're respectable. Keep it up, bro. Keep it up. Thank you. Maria said, only 20% of Muslims speak Arabic. Maria's our smart one in here. She knows how to find, or she knows the facts, or she does her research real quick. Jane said, thanks, John. Maria said, yes, they're very polite people. Nevis says, hello, sir. Hello. I don't know who that is, but they're wet peace. Muhammad's waving. Izzy says, howdy. Diamond says, Christ is King. Brother, and blessings among us all. Muslims believe Christ is the prophet, but he is the Father and Son of the Holy Ghost, faith, family, folk. Maria says, I know the facts. Kennedy says, health. 33 thumbs up. Thank y'all. How far are we going to go tonight? How are y'all going to help me out and get a good number tonight? Mr. said, Corson is in temporary between Turkey and South Iraq, and I think they have a population in Syria too. I don't know. 716 said, whoa, something happened. Something moved. Oh, Gator deleted it. Oh, John says, I think you're from Texas. Nope, North Carolina. Van said, nope, nope. Diamond said, what happened? I was started reading, somebody deleted it. Cancer said, all religions are a lie, bro. Like I said, we don't speak it. Izzy said, close. LOL. Maria says, and I always do my research. I like to learn a lot of stuff. I wish I could take a year off and just read books and learn about new stuff. Man says, ha. Tennessee Randy, will you be cheering for the U.S. in the FIFA World Cup this summer? I mean, if they're over there, I doubt I'll watch it, but yes, I hope I'll cheer for them. I hope they do good. Carlos said, Indonesia African people are hardworking like us Italians. Italian people love Africans. 1000 said, your hand bigger than that cup. Oh, yeah. No, not really. But anyway, Mr. says it's a unconsigned territory. Oh, okay. Let's see. Get by all these stupid deleted messages. Maria says yes. Kurdish people live in Iraq. Turkey's. Sorry. Mr. says I'll skip some of these words. I hate trying to pronounce them. Mr. said I like how you read, buddy. Makes me feel less. Dyslexic. I'm sorry. Look, when I get things in my mind, I read worse. And I was kind of dreading the last 2 days, and I really look forward to my lives, but I just can't get it together. I don't read good anyway, so please, I apologize. Cancer said, I'll come World Cup if I live in June 2026. Denise says, yes, my friend, I agree with you. I've been to Sicily in April. I visited Poland. I think you just naming names now, see if I can. John says, I am sorry, your accent is close to Texas because I live in Texas and very kind and respectful people. I've never been. Jane said, Lord, Tanzania, he'll never be able to read all those words. I think that's why he done it. Katie says, I don't eat sugar, but man, I could use a big old piece of chocolate cake right now. Yeah, me too. Tanzania says, so Randy, what did you say about the FIFA World Cup? Canada and Mexico are hosting games. Yeah, I hope they do good. I won't be watching it, but I hope that USA does good. Maria said he's doing his best. OG says, thing one, where's thing two? They're down there working, trying to get enough for today's video, or tonight's video. Maria said, relax and breathe. Yeah, I need to. Carlos said, that's great, Indonesia. My mother's family were from Sicily. Jane said, Gator, I made homemade caramels. Fan says, have you been to Canada? I have not been to Canada. Maria says, and eat a tomato. Maria's wanting me to die, eating them old deadly tomatoes. Mr. said, I don't feel bad, brother. I ran from books my whole life, and I read one page of happiness twice daily. Thank God. Well, I'm going to tell y'all would never have seen me do this in school. I hated reading. There was always somebody that was going to make fun of me, and that's the reason I get kind of defensive about it, because I know I don't do good, and this is why I don't. That's why I do appreciate the people that try to help me out, because I don't read good. This is helping me out, but I really do not read good. Cancer said, what is your profession? I work for the railroad. I'm a track inspector. Gator said, sounds great. Jane, Carlos said, what's up? 716 said, all the best for you. Bye. See you, 716. Tanzania said, no, Randy, those were city names in Sicily, like what are in Washington, Texas, New York, and the United States, etc. But yes, I know they were names like that. I'm just saying, I was just picking around that you were saying them, because you know I wouldn't be able to say them. See, I can say Washington, Texas, New York, because I've been here all my life. I've never heard these places you're calling. Mike says, hey, Gator. OG says, BBT. Gator says, how long went? How are you? Jane says, hey, Ann. Let's see. Maria says, not all tomatoes are deadly. I don't think they're deadly, Maria. I'm just giving you a hard time. Joy said, tomato, huh? I'm a potato. potato, tomato, whatever. Oh, geez, smiling hearts and praying. Mike says, good thing, Gator. How you doing? Good, thanks, Gator. How you doing? Gator says, I am well, having a good night here. Gator said, thank you. Maria said, it's okay. It's helping you improve your reading skills. I'm trying. I really am. You never know. A year from now, I may be able to read it and y'all won't even recognize me. Jane said, Gator's having a good night because it's warm down there. Yes. It's amazing how things can happen so much better when it's warm. Tanzania says, you definitely should travel to Sicily and Italy and go around the Mediterranean countries. Europe is lovely. Shame that the European Union and the juices are flooding Europe with third world immigration. Cancer said, it is nice to talk. You have a nice day. Thank you, Cancer. I appreciate you coming in. Gator says 70s here today. Jane, 34 thumbs up. Man, I appreciate it. Jane says, Gator, I'm sticking my tongue out at you. I'll help you, Jane. Maria said, potato, tomato, whatever. Mohammed said, dot. Oh, Lord, Archie's, I'm back with a bunch of smileys and crying faces. Hello. Archie said, hi, Gator's got Gator in whatever that is. Jesus says, hi. Knows. Yeah, Jesus. Jesus is king. We've got another Jesus is king. Jesus loves you. What is it? I hope this ain't what I think it is. No. Okay, I thought it was something else. Jesus King said, Jesus loves you. Muhammad said, you know Persians? I do not. Jane said, take a breath, Pops. Yeah, Maria says, you know, you should watch a movie. It's called The King's Speech. It's about a king who has a problem with reading, and I mean, you'll love it. I tell you what I will do. I will write it down right here. I'll tell Randy about it, see if we can look it up. Baby Shark says, hello, Mega Dad, hello. Jane says, hit that like button, all you trolls. Yes, please. Baby Shark says, show your mega body. Jane said, no politics, no religion. Maria says, are people from Iran? I know it was kind of crazy. It took up a lot of space, but I like looking up there, seeing them smiley faces. Hello, looky here. Look who's here, everybody. Somebody said, I think it was Maria said, hey, Justin, just a minute ago. She said something to you when you walked in and walked out. Yeah.
I know that.
So I'm not going to be able to find it, but let's see. Baby, show your mega feet. Maria says, we call them persons. Danita says, this movie. Danita says, Maria, I don't think Randy has a problem with reading and spamming. He just doesn't pronounce foreign words, which is normal. Lowe says, hello, Rock. Hello, Lowe. Mr. Lenny says, do you know what they used to call Iran in ancient times? I do not.
Don't tell me it was I walk.
Maria's smiling. Baby says, show us your mega feet. Mr. Lenny says, I walk. Maria says, yes, I was making a pic. Oh, she was making a picture for you.
Yeah, I told him to come up here.
Archie's smiling again. Thank you. 960 said, the wind is thriving. America, the best country in the world. Good night. Good night, man. What you fixing to do?
Taking a little bit of a break. My phone's still down
there.
I got a little one.
Van said, thanks. Link says, history dad joke. Yeah, I thought it was cool. Jane said, good night, man. Nathan said, what's your job position about? Looks like you're at work. Well, now I'm a track inspector for the railroad. This is my son's building. and this is where we do YouTube and we do our all of our YouTube events, work on our vehicles and stuff like that. We do sell wheels, tires, and dabble in exhaust, but we don't. This is not our full-time job. James says, Lenny, I have to think about that one. Carlos said, "Sup, Randy, I'm Marco Man Savage, R3, Macho Man Savage." Maria said, "I know he doesn't stutter." Man said, "I'm going to stutter now." Man said, "Good night, good night."
Morning.
United says, "I may not get done, but it's being done." There you go. Chris says, "Why is he hiding behind you?" I don't know.
There's no
He got a little bitty right there. He's looking at you.
It looks like there's enough room to get next to him on the
God
right.
says, "You smoke Zaza." I don't know what Zaza is. And he says, "Hello from Russia." Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, I don't. If it's pot, no, I do not. Dimitri says, 1641. Have you seen Diddy's documentary? I wouldn't watch Diddy's
Well,
documentary.
it is out on Netflix now.
I still wouldn't watch
I
it.
mean, I wouldn't either, but it's crazy.
James says, "Unlimited, I love that." 960 said, "Oh, he's also Russian. I already want to leave." Tennessee Randy, you know, ain't been a full-time blogger on YouTube like blogging in Europe. Have you ever been South Africa, like Brazil? I have not. I've never left here.
I mean, he's left the state, not the country.
I mean, until recently, I think now Ohio's about the farthest I've been. When I went up to see, well, I have went the other way to Florida, but up to see Daryl and everything. That's about as far as I've been. James says, "Welcome, Russia." Maria says, "You're hiding too. Just must move the right."
It looks like there's room over there, but there's a chair there.
Let's see, he can't really move right there. Let's see. There's a mess there. Let's see. Manager says, "Ha ha. What are we doing here? We're just talking, trying to have a good time." Van says, "Manager Bunch is healthy, okay." Carlos says, "Sup, Justin?" Van says, "Come here randomly." "Hello." Roscoe says, "America." And he says, "Where are you?" "Denton, North Carolina." Van says, "Private." What are these words? "And you?" Jane said, "Just show your furry face."
I ain't no furry.
Daryl says, "Ha ha, oh ho." Van said, "Ha." Oh, I'm sorry. Archie said, "Hi." Roscoe said, "God bless, homie." U.S. just seized an oil tanker from Venezuela. Do you speak English? Not very good. Maria says, "We need to find an idea of how to use the area on your head. Maybe we can build something." Yeah. BG1 says, "Hi, bro." 960 said, "Well, I'll ask him a little bit about what I know, but overall, no." Let's see.
I don't know what that is. Translator to help.
Daryl says, "Keep language clean, no politics, religion, positive vibes only." Yes, Daryl's Metal Art Customs saying it right. Y'all listen up, please. And he says, "Lord, Maria, isn't that bullying moderators?"
What?
What are we talking about?
Oh, I'm talking about your little bald head.
Oh. Then it says, Van says, "Hi, well, yeah." Archie says, "Please look." Maria says, "Bullying, it's not." How do you say that? I see Van. I'll use Van. "Hey, buddy, what are you doing? I bet you're in 10th grade." I just made it to 9th, man. Jane said, "That needs Maria picks on Pops. It's good." Van says, "I'm 21. Shannon says, "Hey, oh, hello, Shannon." Van says, "I usually listen to music." See, and you? Okay, thank you. Roscoe said, "So we can be
Louis.
Metal Art?"
Just because you didn't say it, you can't be Louis.
Chris says saying he's bald isn't bullying, that's the truth.
It's a factual evidence.
Mike says, hello, Justin. Roscoe says, I didn't say no, Ludax. Well, that should be common sense. Roscoe said, Jesus. Van says, music, what exactly do you write music in Florida? Question mark. Let's see. So this seat's not sitting right for some reason.
I might have changed it.
Huh?
Remember when I laid back? Probably didn't get a right angle than you used to.
Let's see. Van said, I'm 26. Yes, in the flight. Not bad. See, Daryl says, you can be deleted too, Roscoe. Yes, you can. Madison says, hey, Shannon. Vaughn says, so I write a. Move some.
I don't know what that is.
Do you have? I don't know if I'm not reading it right or you just writing a little paragraph. I mean, good God, what am I reading wrong?
He's typing it in different language.
Oh, is it?
I think so.
That's what it is.
And it's just not translating completely correct.
Oh, so I'm reading. If that's translating, I am sorry. That's what it is. It's not translating correctly because I'm not reading it. Anyway, let me keep going. Sorry about that. Jane said, hi, Shannon. Available. Archie says, I live in the UK. All right. Shannon said, hey, Madison, how the heck have you been, girl? Van says, I only have it in my audio records on VK. Van says, do you have one? I don't know what we're having. I don't know. Shannon said, hey, Jane. Ryan said, hey, lovely all. Jane said, Van, can you speak English? Can you chat in English? Matt said, good. Been busy. How about you? How are you, Shannon? Jane said, hi, Ryan. Van says, I talk with my Russian bro. Sorry. I'm King. Said, where's the beer? Don't know. We don't drink. Richie says, how old are you? The one doing the live. I'm 56.
He's on.
Ken said, VK is kind of like Russian Facebook. Oh, okay. Jason said, do you like when they're guys? Because I was talking to the one guy. He said he hates women.
What the world?
I don't know what you're talking about there. There ain't nobody here hates women. They crazy as hell, but we don't hate them.
We're scared of them.
Joker said, bro, there are some ugly fat women here.
That's tragic.
Brenda said he's 60.
Facts.
And said, yes, I have an album that only I and a couple dozen friends listen to. It's indie pop. I'm currently working in the second project. One pop album will be released on December the 25th. The label signed us. James said, no one else in the chat can understand. Van, Jason said, Christians don't drink, do they? Yeah, some of them do. It don't say you can't drink, but I mean, Roscoe said, yo, Daryl, you business can get your, hey, we're not doing it now. We're not doing this trash talking and stuff. Ryan said, God bless America. Trump's your daddy. Shannon said, I'm good, just working like crazy. Jason said, you're awesome. You're awesome. I'm praying for you. God bless you. Tandy says, I have Telegram for customers to book jet skis rides for the resort I work at. Cool. I know where to get a jet ski if I come that way. Ben said, wow, it's starting to happen. Daryl says, Shannon. Not Cam says, what's your opinion on furries? I am not a furry. It's probably best if we don't discuss it because there may be some people that don't like my opinion. So let's leave that away, please. Maria says, you're crazy as hell. Oh, hell. Van says, you'll have a more serious situation than me. Van said, I'm just trying to be in the field of creations, not corruptions. I just don't know what I'm doing here then. Mattis said, Lowell. Maria said, Maria said, women are good. I didn't say they wasn't good. I just said they were crazy. Shannon said, Randy, did you say you're 56? Yes. Archie says, you okay? Van says, yes. Van says, cough? Archie says, you need help. Yes, I do. Daryl said, yes, he's 56. Archie says, you lonely? No, I got all of y'all friends. Van says, Van? Question mark?
Yeah, I don't know if it's.
Not Cam said, humans are good. Yes, humans are. Very tasty. Van said, we could contact each other later on Telegram if there's any. Van said, yes. Van said, there's two Vans there now. I say I'm messing myself up. Minivan says, I'm left it.
I don't know. That's like where he's from or something.
Oh.
I don't know if that's where he's from or what he's. I don't know. I can look it up.
Hart says, from Russia with love. Thank you. Roscoe said, American praying. Field says, put a fresh coat of paint on that back wall. I've got an idea about that back wall I'm going to try to work with this weekend. But I hate painting. If you're locally and you want to paint it for free, come on. Van said, that is awesome. Archie said, yeah, he is 56. Hart says, and we are Alex. Okay. Diamond True. I thought I was getting caught up.
You almost done.
Let's see. This is funny though. You let Russians spam and speak Russian and not block. I speak. Okay. Here we go again.
Wait, who's
Van said, ha ha. Not Cam says, oh damn, I used to hate furries. Maria said, 40 likes. Yes. U4D says, hey bro, are you pro MAGA? Maria says, they're not. Then he says, like and subscribe, guys. Subscribe to the channel too. Shannon said, hey, metal. Will says, are you Russian? No. Maria says, they're smart crazy. We're smart crazy. Okay. Let's agree to disagree, Maria. Matt said, then why keep bringing it up? Yes, that's what I'm. Oh, Lord. Hart says, yes, thumbs up. Not Cam says, I'm not Russian. Van 960 says, I'm. Yes, see, Shannon said, I'm older than you. Ha ha. Let's see, Van says, whoop. Mario says, women are beautiful, but they are crazy. Why? I agree with you, Mario. Maria says, you said very tasty. I didn't think you caught that. Now I'm scared. Oh, Lord. James says, I'm from Pineapple Under the Sea. Tennessee, because it hurt me getting blocked like I offended anyone or did something worse. He's past his past. Well, let it go, dude. Please. Roscoe says, I like the eagle painting. Thank you. Chris says, crazy. How? Not Cam says, James. Will says, why the Russian flag behind you? Clean your glasses. Not that I disrespect the Russian flag, but I don't have a Russian flag. 960 says, I said, got a couple flags. James says, you were just chilling after work today? Yes. Antonio says, that's not the Russian flag. Maria says, men dumb, but not dumb at the same time.
I mean, we're simple creatures.
We're simple creatures. You use the word dumb. We use simple. There's a difference.
Yeah,
960, not a big difference, but a little bit. Tanzania said, glory to Russia. Brothers forever. Jane said, Pop's not smart, just crazy. And Tony said, that's the Mexican flag.
I don't think so.
No, somebody trying to start. So 9890's laughing. Joker said, Americans, I respect your country, but your girl's really ugly doing something with that. Like I said, lights, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Maybe you're blind. 8990 says, women indeed are crazy. Van says, 960 says, Tanzania. Carlos says, I'm back. Y'all had to go poop, test my blood sugars, and take some Advin.
Who knows?
Jane said, Carla, did you eat breakfast and get coffee? Tanya said, yes, my brother.
Orthodox brother for
Yeah. Jason said, I think you're a hard-ass worker. Appreciate it. Van 960 loves that flag. Jason says, I pray for you all the time, love. YA3U says, hi. Jason says, can you serve the war? No.
you might be too old.
590 says, send you love from Israel. Thank you. Sent some back. Silva says, Sibley Tullet. Skippity Tullet. Okay. Jason said, American flag on me. Jason said, welcome Israel. YA3U says, Longers. Tanzania says, hello from Tanzania, East African. Will you read from him?
Yeah. Oh, you taking the chair on every week?
Oh, yeah.
Wow, good
You
lord.
said it. I don't care. Don't go down now. I'll put a piece of metal under it.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Bum.
Be right back, everybody.
Oh, James says Islamic flag in one state. I've read Maya, lol. Hope they don't test yours. Use. Jason says American flag behind you with the eagle. Yippers. Man says, what is the weather there? Cold. I don't think it's raining anymore. Golly, that hurt. But it's been cold. It's all good. I mean, this morning it was cold. It warmed up. Now it's cold again. You know, that's usually how it works. Jane says Maine cold and snowing here. Maria says let's build a mall on Randy's head. I think it's a good idea. I think you guys got to build the mall, but when it comes down, it's just like a haircut, you know. Except it's just mini civilization. Nav says as Russian, I want to live in American would neither in Chinese world. Okay, America's fun. I'd like to visit China and Japan. I know Japan and China is not the same thing, but I'd like to visit both of them. Man says Israel, dang, it is time for me to log out. Pickle says $10. If you want to send it, I won't say no to it. Jane says Maria malls are going out of business here. Yeah, they are. I don't really care for malls, which that's just me with my short little span I can be around people. James says, had any snow yet? We've had a little bit. We had a bunch up at this shop, but where I live, not too much. Oops, I just scrolled down. Carlos says, yes, I've had breakfast at Jane. Jane says, man, we welcome all people. Maria says, when I'll send the video to little Randy and tell him to send it to you, you show up a lot in it. Oh, no. That's not good. If I show up a lot, I must have done something stupid. Gator says, he sends a gator, cool face, and a sun emoji. Maria says, China is an amazing country. I'd love to go there. They're apparently like living in the future. I don't really know. I haven't seen very much. Maria says, very smart people. That yes, they are. Man says, Singapore is one good place. I'm in Dubai. Heck yeah. Have we put in a pin for you, man? I don't know if Daddy has yet. Vance is in Japan. Exactly. I'd like to go to Japan. I'd love to go there. Tanzania says you should come to Tanzania. Japan is amazing. China, not sure, but I think it's nice too. Where is Tanzania? Oh, good Lord. I know I put the pin in for you when you first came in. Nigeria, Egypt, Sudan, Iran. There it is. Well, I bet it's warm. I bet it's warm there. Dang, I'm already that far back. Man says Dubai is fun with good company. But America's fun too. It's just, sometimes it gets a little sketchy here, I'm not going to lie. Because I don't know what percentage differences in crime are with these countries. I'm pretty sure we're pretty high. I won't lie. Maria says, oh no, with a bunch of stuff. Yeah, oh no. I mean, I'm not saying don't put me in a clip or anything because, I'm on here. I can't stop it. I'm fine with it. Bed says, I'm from India. Welcome in. James says, Japan is the future of my friend. I just want to go there so bad. But you know, it costs so much money. It costs my brother $900 and some for there and back just to go to South Dakota from here. It's crazy. Daryl says 23 minutes tonight. Oh, that's a short one. It's usually about an hour. Oh, I just scrolled down again. Hooray. Tanzania says Dubai is full of hookers too. I had a flight layover before flying to Malaysia. I think that's how it is. And Dubai is nice when you have money. What I don't like is alcohol. It's too difficult to obtain. Bed says go to sleep. I ain't that dang sleepy. Jane says, oh, Mazda, Murata are fun cars. Gator says, Mister, is it a Rotary? Aiden says, have you been in Iran? I haven't left the country. I'd like to, though. Jane says, good night, Van. Man says, America, there is tax, brother. Oh, yeah. Wookie says, good evening, guys. Michelle says, big back over there. AJ Sobrano. Maria says, it's okay, you didn't show up a lot. You just said this woman's backtracking. She goes, you show up a lot. Actually, you don't show up a lot. Max says, yo, what's the live about? Where are you from and how's life? Greetings from Amsterdam.
Yeah.
I was trying to remember how to say it. Netherlands, love. The live's just whatever you guys want to be about. And we're from New York, Denton.
Positive
New York.
vibes.
North Carolina, Denton.
North Carolina, yep.
America.
Murder.
Carlos says, I've been to Singapore. It's a beautiful country, very warm as they are on the equator. Yeah, I would love that place until I step off the plane. James says, wow. Jane says, hi, Wookie. Maria says, that's a lie. I think you were 60% of part of the video. You see what I mean? See what I mean? Backtracking, yeah.
I had to get me a salad on the stick.
Exactly. That stuff's really good for you. Tanzania says, I am from Tanzania, my friend. We don't pay taxes here because, good Lord, cash is king, my friend. Or they tax our cash, too, tell you what. Daryl says, yeah, it is short tonight. Mick says, what's the names in the background about? They're members.
Members, well, it's
$4.99 a month.
If you become a member, you get your name on the wall, and they go out at the street. It's your name and your YouTube channel.
Yeah, you get put up.
But you have to become a member.
Mm-hmm. If you become a member, you get put up here where everybody on the live can see you, and out on the street. Well, not out on the street, but on like barriers right before the
There's
street.
a wall out at the street too.
Yeah.
Members wall.
Yeah, members wall. Where everybody drives by, they see your name. Maria says, it's when you cook the turkey. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. I have a clip for you I took with Randy. Jane says, welcome Amsterdam. Daryl says, ice cream. Maria says, tell him to put it down.
Oh, it was dumb.
Man says, yep, it's 4 a.m. Still there is anything to buy if there is cash. I haven't used my bank card ever. Tanzania says, big boy, Tanzania is in the equator too. I'm pretty sure he's not lying about that. He's right below it. See? You know how hot that'd be? Screw that. Maria says, shut up, Justin. Bark. James says, tax free in Dubai, only good thing, really? Yo, happy calm, tax free. What's he doing?
Moving pipe. Yeah, you really need to be helping him.
Maybe in a few minutes. Man says Dubai is very, very easy, brother, for alcohol. Tanzania says I was only in the airport, bro. That's, no matter what you do, it's hard to get anything. Whoa, I gotta catch up first. Boogie says, hey, tonight it's the sun, so 2 thumbs up. Oh, wait. Naz says, oh, whoa. Where am I? Oh, we came across this on another broadcast as well. I don't think we're on another broadcast, unless somebody else is doing it. Maria says women are simple.
Maria does.
Maria says women are simple.
No.
Yeah, right. Man says.
Maria puts this on hers, on her.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. She makes little skits of what we do. and puts.
Well, I knew that.
It's pretty cool.
She's
Hurry up! I'm going.
You started talking. Man says jar is alcohol free. Nah, says because we were just on the same show. We're show. Look at that. Maria says we don't pay taxes too. Well, if we do that, we'll
I
be.
wish they'd hurry fix it so we didn't have to.
That's what I'm saying. Carlos says, yes, I know at Tanzania you must have beautiful weather even in the winter months. God, I wish I'd be there right now. It's cold. Mister says, I'm planning to build with a turbo but for 350 horsepower. And what? I'm curious. I don't know. Says, I'm out and about and we happen to meet again.
Cool. Hello.
Welcome back. Nash says, do you know how many times I've met this person, bro? I don't know. Like 6 or 7 times. Oh.
What are you doing? Read, damn it.
Jane
read.
says, welcome Liverpool. I'm said something that didn't translate sadly. Man says women are not simple. Money is more simple, lol. Until
Get out of the way.
Whoa, I ain't done. Oh wait.
You wasn't that damn far up.
It's right here. I was. Thank you very much.
You're way
Hey, you
behind.
talking-
Get out of the
you
way.
talking
Get
slowing
out
me
of the way.
down. Hold on.
I was caught up.
I'm gonna go right there. You were called up, and then 17 more people came in because my face is up here now. You're
Yeah,
welcome.
read, damn it.
Naz says, Turkey said, Captain says, what's up, brother? What's up? Says we succeeded, and it didn't translate again. Tanzania says, yes, I know lots of Indians and Pakistani working as career delivery driver for Walt Bolt. Tanzania is very hot at the moment and humid and raining. P.S. It's 3:18 here. 3:18 p.m. or wait, I don't know. Yeah, middle of the night. Okay. Daryl says, be right back. Gonna grab a shower. Excuse me. Nat says, Turkey is a very beautiful country. We have number 1 in terms of both donor and bakala. I don't know what that means. Lil Bird says, Diddy did it. Gator says, I'm gonna get. Y'all have a great night. See you later.
See you
later,
Gator.
Man says, Diddy in the chat. Everyone, okay. Caddy says, hey y'all with the waving emoji. Jane says, Balafa. She knows what that is. You know what that is?
No, I want you to read.
Yes, ma'am. Tanzania says we have balak. They do too. 2 in Tanzania, but it's too heavy to eat, especially before sleeping. Mom, it's the food. Hugh says hello, meat with a bunch of exclamation points. Jane says take care, Gator. Hugh says hello, Randy. Hugh says hello,
Hugh.
Jane. Says the word again. It's most delicious dessert in the world. By the way, you should come to Turkey with a shy emoji. If that's flirting, defense mechanism. All right. Hugh says hello, Maria. Jane says hi, Hugh. Loa Bird says who are they talking to? You. Maria says, oh, I think I'm going to sleep. Have a good night, Randy, Justin, everyone with 2
See you,
orange
Maria.
hearts.
Thanks for coming in.
Yeah. Hugh says hello, Tanzania. Nas says everyone knows Bacala. Not everyone. I don't know it. Jane says take care, Maria. Oh, uh-oh. Oh, wait. Hugh says, hey, Caddy. Nas says, this is the power of Turk. Says, how do they know about
Baluba. Just go with it.
Baluva? I'm going to say that. Madison say, hey, Hugh. Hugh says, hello, Gator. Man says, I read that Trump is planning to cut off income tax. Better do it. I hope so. Hugh says, hello, Daryl. Madison says, bye, Maria. Jane says, me, Zephyr, is putting 350 in Maserati. Hey, Jane's doing that.
She said, Mr. Zipper, Zyfoot, move.
Carlos says, Hugh, did you see the pic of Safa and I got Lotus? I got Lotus 4 to you. Gator says, hi, Vic. Nike Vic. Tanzania says, you're Duzman in Europe. Sorry, Nas. That guy got deleted. Tragic. I did it. Well, I'm going to have to take it back now.
We'll move.
Well, how'd you?
I'll get it. It'll come up.
Oh, there it is.
All right, have the ball man back. It's a good little bit up though.
Let's see, what were you here?
Higher. Apparently higher. Where'd all these people come from, man? Where are they?
All right, Gator says, hi, Big Night Big. Danny says, you're Dutchman, you read all that.
Oh, yeah,
Carlos
yeah,
says,
down.
South,
Oh, a
hello
little bit
from
higher.
South Korea. You need to put a sign in for South Korea.
Oh,
Big says,
you
hello,
skipped
Madison. Danny says, I'm very curious how Safa looks, big boys.
Where?
South Korea.
South Korea.
You said, hello, Madison. Burger says, Jesus is truth, hell is real. Died for you, yes. We Carlos said, okay. You. Rube said, hey, bro, where are you from? Denton,
you
North
shake your
Carolina.
head?
Quit. I'm trying to read,
Did you
jackass.
shave your head?
I do every
It
morning.
don't feel like it. Feel like you
I
got
know.
like a 5 o'clock
Yeah.
shot.
South Korea said, nice to meet you.
Oh.
Nice to meet you, too.
Sorry, I gotta respect you.
Burger says, hi. You said, hello, South Korea. I got a lot of catching up to do. And it says, algorithm. I don't know what that all says. Sorry. Let me see if I can try to translate it. Translate the English. Said, he speaks very well. James says, welcome, South Korea. Boogie says, now you want to marry a French guy and eat all your life. Let's see. Hello. I won't let that. 10 says 3:21 a.m. If PM I would write it at 15:30. I would stay awake just to watch you guys. Yeah, I told him he didn't realize you were on military time. Hugh says I still haven't gotten anything. Carlo 8990 says Jesus is the truth. Jews don't agree. We don't discuss it either. Said the Frenchman is hitting on you. Jane says is baklava. Did he really hit on me? Boogie says I think I have called my Turkish friend to translate. Carlos said Lotus send it to Grandma. God, I'm way behind. And they said, wow, he's French. Burger says, man, tons of Jews agree. Let's see. Gasoline says, just scroll through lives, just checking. I've never been to your channel before. Can I give a brief review of you on your channel? Thanks. We have, you have to let me catch up. I'm way behind. We're just trying to have positive vibes here. It's a good place for everybody to come in and enjoy the night. 4 says you walk too, don't kidnap the girl. Okay, and it says man rude my name too. Bye everyone, to take care. It's 4:30 here in Dabu. And should go to work in 3 hours. You said hello Boogie. Says Adam switched to Turkish. Looked for my dimension. James said well. Determination, sorry. Welcome, gasoline. See, 7368 said love the flag in the 13 colonies. Thank you. Hello, Boogie. I don't know what them letters are for. We'll teach everyone. Got a funny face. Hello, Boogie. But it's nice to keep his. God only knows his age. As he's giving a sleazy. I don't know what in the world is going on here.
I have no idea.
Hey, Gasoline says, hey. Carl says, hello, Don. Is Don? I see what they're doing. Let's see. Tell you what I'm going to do here.
Oh, wait, you went all the way down.
That's what I'm going to try to do. If I skipped anybody, I'm sorry. People were talking crazy. Tennessee says, and go visit islands with tourists and also whale and shark spotting. Boogie said, Team Cardish, what does this say? Just a moment ago it said hello or something. Larry said hi. 4 a.m. Y says, Boogie, where are you from? Boogie said, France. The girl said France. Hugh said, hello, Lotus. Lotus, come in. I didn't see. I forgot it's 4 o'clock. You says, sorry, just got home doing a rotation of dogs so I can feed them. Said, Buggy, how old are you? Boogie, how old are you? Sorry. I love the bald eagle. Thank you. Jane said, please speak English.
Yeah, they can't translate it unless they're on the computer.
Jordan says, so you sound drunk as fuck. Well, it's trying to read these, what's going on. Mattis said, hey, Lotus, I must have missed Lotus. There it is. Hey, hello, Lotus. Sorry. I had to skip some just a minute ago. People was talking some stuff I just can't quite understand. Mother's giving me a warm.
Moderators can't warn people, can they?
They can,
I mean, they can ban them,
Yeah.
just not warn them.
unless they tell them. So Carlos said, Lotus, you says he's didn't get the pick of Suffolk, and let's see, we both Turkish. Hi, Madison. Boogie says, 28 years old, Boogie said. What's this accent? Denton, North Carolina, American land. Had Lotus, Turkish. Where'd I get? Did it move for some reason?
Yeah, somebody started a spam, I think.
Yeah, okay, that's what it is. Somebody spamming. It's damn Jordan shit. Turkish, get out. Moderator, give me. I read that. Lotus says he didn't get to pick us up here. We both Turkish. Hi, Madison, 28. What's the accent? Lotus says I sent to grandma, not him. God, I wish y'all understood how bad this messes up the live. I guess that's what they're trying to do. I sent it to grandma, not him. Lotus said I have them both on Facebook. And he said, Jane, you easily block me. They said, Boogie, I'm 19 years old. Carlos said, what? That's what I told him. Lotus, Colonel says, so in love with guys in yellow shirts. Jane says, Tanasia, stop. Boogie said, nice, that's me. Hello, mate. Lotus said, there, I sent one. Uncle, you look like a qualified cop in the movies. Cool, thank you. Raptor says, does your name mean that you never finish your projects? Nope. It means a project is never finished. If you build something, you want to change the color, you want to change something. There's always something you always want to change on it. And then he said, I'm right. I will be okay. Well, then drop it, please. Muhammad said, good morning, guys. That's what we're getting at. Lotus, what's up, Jane? Carlos said, okay. Thanks, Lotus. Hugh said, girlfriend Carlos. Jane said, hi, Lotus. Hugh said, she is pretty. Hugh says, Lotus, just send it to me. Prince says, what up, Unc? And he said, big boys, where can I see Safa? Jane said, green shirt. Raptor says, got it. Keep up the good work. Thank you. Y'all give me a like, please. Thumbs up. What time? We got about 30 more minutes. Let's see. Tanasia said, Randy, why did you raise your voice with me now? Because I'm tired of you keep going right back to it. If we're going to let it go, we're going to let it go. If we're not, we'll do something different. Please let it go. Please. Now, I've said that for the last time. Carlos says, support worker, Hugh, she's a beautiful young lady. Tendency, drop them. Drop what? Forza, what is he saying? My English isn't good enough. Hugh said, oh, okay. Future girlfriend then. And said, he's happy, right? I try to be. Let's see, 74 said, oh, mate, you love green shirt. I love yellow shirt. This is my work shirt.
What the world? Look how much he typed, man. It only came back, he's happy, right?
That's what I'm saying. The translating's not doing right. Because
you have the translator on? I don't see it.
well, it's not coming through wrong.
It's gotta be.
Yeah. Let's see, Tennessee Legend, that's green.
It's
That's
pretty. It
It's
shows
not.
up green on the.
It's
the
called
video.
safety yellow. It's not green. We've done had this discussion. It's safety. Matter of fact, it's high vis safety yellow. Jane said, "Law green." Oh,
It's pretty close to green, but it's yellow.
no. See that right there? See that? When y'all look at your screens, do y'all see the people's name in green? That's green. Ha ha. Law. You. No. Naz Hand said, my ticket to France is gone too. 4AY says, you look like Heisenberg. Jane said, it looks green, but we know. You said, lol. 4AY says, oh, well, we find another Frenchman, MD. Tennessee says, have you ever been in a dark room, Randy, with a high vis polo shirt? High vis,
Nighttime.
well, yeah, here.
He's
Scared said, it's highlighter yellow, dummy. Dummy. No, it's high vis. I know I bought it. And said, okay then. You said, I'm green, red, colorblind, but yeah, but looks yellow to me. And said, where in the other brother, let him come to the screen. I don't know why he wants to sit outside the screen like that. I try to give him room.
room to what?
I do not give him room. It's over there. See how he's laying on me right now and he can't see.
Oh,
How's that?
it takes a second for it to catch up.
I know. Let's see. They're falling for you anyway. We'll find them. God dang. Dennis said, that's green.
It's pretty close.
Now, are we going to start arguing about the color of this shirt? Because I bought the dang thing. I know what it is. And it says, hello from Wales. Hey, put a sign in for Wales.
What?
We got a world map. We'll get you look it up. We put you a pin in it. Let's see. Brandon says, I'm going to guess that's dude is MAGA. Welcome to Garth Bell, whatever. Archie says, yo.
Oh no, it's a tiny.
Tennessee says, lost me a ticket today. Haha. Brandon says, just a hunch. See, Archie says, yo, no, wait, he'll be here soon. And it says, oh, those idiots, they're seen listening. Archie says, I'm back again, my brother, yo. I told to come to the screen. What the fuck, said somebody. Did.
Hey, it's family friendly around here.
U4D says, is that your boyfriend? It's my youngest son, Did.
Careful now. Characters asking
4AY
questions.
said, these guys are so energetic. You said, no, he's my boy, bitty friend. Then he says, I am sure if I wrote in my native spamming as Turkish, I would have been.
Oh, that guy's. Oh wait, I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's.
Ned says, you guys are so much fun. Trent says, is that your boy? Is that your
boy? So
let's see.
I don't know if they're asking.
Tom says, do you know Isaac Hunt?
Get rid of that guy. Can you get rid of him? Oh, you accidentally did the wrong thing. Oh wait, he can keep spamming if you hit remove, right? Or no, apparently not.
Yeah, they're really. Archie says hi.
My nose is itchy.
They're really says hi. Do you know that? No. Be careful now. See, good boy. 4AY says I'm 23. Ned says that word. Do you know is in Turkish?
We don't know nothing in Turkey. Welcome back in.
You should swear. I'm like at this at 19. The only bitchery says, who's that handsome young man in the hoodie? That's my youngest son.
So you
And
can't
it
call me
says,
ugly no more.
Free
Yeah, it's the
Palestine.
camera.
I did, and they left this morning and he come back and said it was cold. He went right back to the basement. And it says if he knows I'm not, I most likely knows swear words anyway. Jane says, speak English, pops. Should we?
They can't. If no,
I'm just trying to skip over them. If they,
she's talking about they're translating for you, but since she's not on the computer, it doesn't translate for her.
oh, yeah, it's translating to us, but it's not translating good. Camel says, bored at work, got work or go to sleep. Either one you want to do. Let's try this way then. It's not that we don't like it, it's we're trying to figure out the thing. We got people that's being deleted and it's messing up my live. This is what I'm looking at. All this shit is being deleted and I cannot find where my next thing is. It's all in here. That's what when y'all go doing stupid shit, I can't keep track of who's saying what. Then people get pissed off when I miss their message. James just sent I guess that's a euro.
£1.
£1. Thank you.
Thank you, James.
Is less or more than our dollars?
Oh no, Frenchman left too. Darn, I can't stay here any longer. All right, well be careful because it's hard to read y'all's writing. Have no reason to stop now.
Yeah.
Huh?
Tanzania in here tonight.
Yeah.
Well, hey, ask him why he decided to delete his 4 comments after I
Listen,
responded.
don't keep starting shit. I'm trying to get him to stop.
He didn't like my responses.
Carlos says, Pops, can you not see my comments? You have skipped my messages. This is what I'm trying to say. I cannot see the messages because everybody's being deleted because everybody's talking shit and I cannot find the messages. Y'all don't understand what I'm looking at. See, you done got him started back now.
Sounds like the way that he's acting tonight, sounds like he woke up on the wrong side of the bed to watch. I'm not saying anything more to him. But don't look at me like that. Somebody wants to come in and
You walked in
wanna
and
leave
started
a bunch
it.
of comments.
Now
I
you-
want to know
No,
this.
this is the whole. No, it doesn't matter. It is gone.
Okay. I'll make it real easy then.
Greg says thank you for your content. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Greg. Appreciate it. Victor says hi. James says hi, Greg. Welcome. James says hi, Victor. James says I have a few bloody beers and laugh it off in a bit. Daryl says deep breaths, brother. Dan says who is in Life 360? We got Life 360. Jane says I have Life 360. See 9653. Good to see you, sir. Hope you are doing great. Appreciate it. Hello, Adam. It's probably not the time, Adam. If you didn't like the other night's live, you probably will not like this one. So it's probably not good. We got a lot of crazy shit going on again tonight. Professor says, well, I don't mean to impose, but I'm just checking back if anything changed. I thought it had, but it's not. Adam said, Randy. Hugh said, hello, Adam. Adam says, in it. And Daryl says, Adam, I have a lot more patience tonight. Carlos said, it's even upsetting me too, Pops. I see you get angry. Well, it's bad enough that I can't get people to listen on the internet, but Professor said about the Volkswagen Jetta, respectfully. Oh yeah, I've asked around. I don't know anybody that's interested in it. I'm sorry we couldn't help you. Adam said, yeah, I can tell he's not in the mood, in a good mood. Let's see. Shake said 912 says, hello, old man. Hello. Professor says, not a problem. Thanks again and wish you all the best. Thank you. Jane said earlier there was a guy in here with a Mazda Miata putting a 350 in it. I think Justin was reading. I come in right as it was going. USA attendees, I don't like when you get angry. All right, Tananation, that's a good idea. You don't listen, and it's probably a good idea. I appreciate it. Like I said, I do like you coming in, but it would probably be best if you don't. I don't want to block you, but just don't come back in. Thank you for your time that you've been here. Just stay away. Minnie says, is the floor cleaner there? Cole says, hello from Tennessee. Hello from Tennessee. Will you put a flag in? I mean, a pin in. Tennessee, we'll put a pin in for you. I do appreciate you coming in and giving us a. Wait a minute. No, don't worry about it. Let's see. Luke says USA.
What do you mean?
They said something stupid. Ended up getting
No,
the time.
that's a different guy.
This right here was right here. I undeleted it so I
That's
could
a
read
different
it.
guy. That's a different guy who was said from Tennessee.
No, see right here.
Yeah.
Cole Barnes. Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. Cole Barnes says, "Did you welcome independents and Democrats in your chats?" I did not. I don't. I welcome everybody. We don't do politics. Sleepy says CFG says fly bust. Adam said, "Welcome anyone. Just keep the politics comments to yourself." Hugh says, "Are you okay?" No. Coleman says, "I'm fixing to get ready to watch my Burns play." Gregory says, "Favorite part about the holiday seasons." I don't really like holiday seasons other than the time off of work. 22-7-60 says, "Hello, sir. Hello." Trevor says, "Hello, Gristwood and the Brewers are definitely good to watch." I tell y'all what, everybody, I've appreciate everybody coming in. I just don't feel like reading anymore. I'd like to got a little bit more likes, but maybe I'll try it again tomorrow. We'll do something a little bit better. Y'all have a good day, good night whenever you're watching this, and remember, keep it silly. Thank y'all.